Hello, Master Duel Central. How's it going, guys? A lot of new cards have been added to the game, and while I thought my first deck profile was going to be about Ishizu cards, I kind of took an interest to trying the new Crystal Beast stuff, and man, it's been doing really good for me. In fact, we're currently on a 4-game win streak in Diamond. We're about to rank up. This is exclusively using Crystal Beasts, and I got my list. It's inspired by Neshi's list from 4 months ago. He calls it Conclave Control. It's almost underwhelming what it does, and yet it just wins. It's like bringing a butter knife to a gunfight, except you actually win. The name of the game with this deck, as the name suggests, is really to just control the game with your Crystal Conclave. Basically, when your Crystal Beasts get destroyed, they go into the back row, and then you can save them by adding them back to your hand and bouncing a card your opponent controls using Crystal Conclave. And this card right here, Bridge of Salvation, helps the deck tremendously. You can activate Foolish Burial Goods to send Bridge of Salvation to the grave. Then you can banish Bridge of Salvation from the graveyard to add 1 Crystal Beast monster and 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. So you can add the Necro Valley, which is extremely good right now, especially with people playing those Ishizu cards. This card completely shuts them down for free, and yeah, it's very easy to search in the deck. Very strong. And in this deck, you really don't care about Necro Valley much, because obviously your Crystal Beasts don't go to the graveyard, they go to the back row. Also, Dimension Shifter is free W's in this deck. I got a few wins off of just activating Dimension Shifter in the draw phase, so you know, that's pretty nice. Obviously our monsters don't go to the grave anyway, so we really don't care about Dimension Shifter very much. The only thing I don't like about it is sometimes they'll have like called by, but I can't use my called by because I used Dimension Shifter last turn. So you know, them's the breaks, but usually if I use Dimensional Shifter last turn, I'm winning the game regardless. So anyway, guys, we're gonna go into some gameplay and replays, but before that, I'd like to introduce you guys to the very first sponsor of Master Duel Central. So here's a word from our sponsors. I'd like to thank Tokyo Treats and Sakura Co for sponsoring this video. They make Japanese snack boxes, and the goal of these monthly boxes is to invite everyone to experience Japan from the comfort of their own homes through their delicious snacks. The 2 monthly boxes are quite distinct. Tokyo Treat is a pop Japanese snack subscription box. It comes with up to 20 of the latest, most exclusive, limited edition, and seasonal flavored Japanese snacks that you can't really find anywhere else, such as Sakura Pepsi or the cantaloupe flavored Kit Kats in this month's box, which are delicious, by the way. Sakura Co, on the other hand, is meant to showcase more traditional, authentic, and artisan Japanese snacks, such as teas, pastries, and even some cool tableware. This month's theme box for the Sakura Co box is Taste of Japan, taking you through many of Japan's 47 prefectures with their own unique food, culture, and history. They're unique to each region and full of local flavor. I absolutely loved this box. That nut sable from Okinawa really caught my eye instantly, and it was delicious. And my favorite out of the whole box had to be the Kuromitsu Kinako Mochi from Hokkaido. Like, seriously, I need more of those. We also enjoyed some sencha tea from Kyoto while eating some delicious matcha round boro pastries. These were probably my second favorite item out of the box. Also, yes, I'm a pastry dipper, don't judge me. The monthly theme for this month's Tokyo Treat subscription box is Japan's Best Bites. Fans of Japanese snacks will love this box. It's filled with the best treats from each season. From the deliciously sweet Kit Kat melon to the savory Mito style udon, this box has it all. I especially enjoyed the deliciously pulpy Sangria Tsubimi orange, and don't sleep on these blueberry Pockies. They also have these cool little booklets that detail every snack, as well as interesting facts about Japan, which I thought was really cool. It kind of took me back to when I was a kid reading my Japanese encyclopedia, and yeah, I was like this as a kid too. If you're interested in trying some delicious Japanese snacks, these boxes are a great way to support the channel while also getting a great taste of Japan. Better act fast though. The box I showcased in this video is only available until March 15th, and by using my code in the description, you can get $5 off the first box you order. Thanks again to Sakura Co and Tokyo Treat for sponsoring this video, and on to the gameplay. Alright guys, so before we go into some live gameplay, I do want to show you guys a quick replay here. This was my first game with the deck, so there might be a couple of misplays, but it does go to show the applicability of the deck against current meta decks, because we're playing against Ishizu Runic. So they're going to go for Diviner of the Herald here. We're going to chain Dimension Shifter. I just forgot to put it on, like turn the chaining on at the start. Normally you would activate this in draw phase, but whatever. So yeah, they go Diviner of the Herald. Obviously they can't do anything with it because of Dimension Shifter, so they set a card in pass. We go Crystal Bond, adding a Pegasus to our hand here and setting up the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon from the deck. Then we go Pegasus, set up another Zenith. Zenith effect will allow us to summon a Pegasus from the deck and search out a Rainbow Dragon. Then we're going to set our Crystal Conclave as well as Called by the Grave, and we're going to call it a day here. Then we're going to go for battle, do a couple of attacks. Pretty good, pretty good. Use these two. We go into Abyss Dweller. And yeah, that's about it. We pass our turn. The reason we go into Abyss Dweller is because right now, if you see a Diviner of the Herald, you're almost certain that you're playing against Ishizu Runic. And even if it's not Ishizu Runic, that would mean it's Tritron, and both those decks lose to Abyss Dweller anyway. So we go into Abyss Dweller here, pass turn, Abyss Dweller effect in the draw phase, of course. And we're going to chain the Crystal Conclave. So Crystal Conclave, interesting thing, if you didn't know this, Crystal Conclave can also bounce cards in the back row that are Crystal Beasts. So you can bounce, like in this case, the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, in order to bounce a card your opponent controls. So it doesn't need to be in the main monster zones. Pretty important stuff. I mean, it goes without saying, really, but very important. So anyway, main phase 1, they're going to normal summon their Skullmeister. They want to crash into Abyss Dweller because they know they really just can't play if they have to deal with the Abyss Dweller effect. So they're hoping to get rid of it and then next turn maybe get to play. But we're going to use our Crystal Conclave here, and we're just going to bounce our Zenith as well as their Skullmeister back to the hand here. And it goes back to our turn. That simple. Draw into Ash, pretty good. Going to activate a Crystal Bond here to add a Pegasus to our hand, as well as set up a Carbuncle for no reason. Pegasus effect, get the Crystal Beast Sapphire from the grave in the back row. Attack with Pegasus. Now, on attack declaration of a Crystal Beast monster, you get to special summon the Crystal Beast Rainbow Zenith from your hand, which allows you to go into an attack and attack for a lot of damage. We're going to Ash their Max C because we're petty like that. Obviously, their Max C was just for one draw. We should have let it go through. But anyway, we're going to attack here. They're going to go Runic Destruction, and they're going to go into Hugin. Hugin discard the Diviner to search a Fountain. Either way, we beat over it. It goes back to the extra deck, and we pass turn here. So in draw phase, we're going to use our Dweller again. And they're going to normal summon Diviner of the Herald, send Yugioh, but Yugioh can't trigger in the grave because of Dweller, and they just lose the game. So that's another, like, see, this is what I'm saying. The deck looks like it does nothing, and you set up, like, such little, like, such simple stuff, and yet it just works. It just works. I love this deck. Anyway. Let's go into some live gameplay. All right, so let's see if we can get a win and get a rank up in Diamond using Crystal Beasts. I'd really like to get a rank up in Diamond with Crystal Beasts. That would be really awesome. Both win and you'll gain a rank. And we lose a coin flip. That's pretty rough. Our deck does prefer going first. If we're playing against Sprite, this might be really rough. That's the one matchup I've noticed that's quite tough for this deck. Just because so many negates get set up. It kind of makes me want to play a Dark Ruler normal. Oh, we might get this game for free, actually. Please don't be Exo Sisters. Oh, no. This deck doesn't care. Oh, no. This deck does not care whatsoever. Okay. Well, it is what it is, I guess. We have to just play. With what we have here. Oh my goodness, mistake is huge here, actually. We can't even use Crystal Bond. And they go, there can only be one. Oh goodness. This is, we'll set the cross out and we'll set the called by. This is really bad though, like unplayably bad. I guess we set the Conclave as well, just to play it safe. Because if we do draw into a Crystal Beast, the ability to use Conclave on our own turn could save our ass here. And it's Eldritch. Of course it's Eldritch. What else would it be but Eldritch, right? So now, Dimensional Shifter just wore off. Definitely not a free win here. If we can just draw into, like, Pegasus, that would be amazing. Or Crystal of the... Rainbow Bridge of the Heart would be great too. Pegasus, Rainbow Bridge of the Heart... Both of those would be quite good. Actually, never mind. Rainbow Bridge of the Heart would do nothing because of mistake. This playstyle was a mistake. I don't know what Konami was thinking. Huakero gets to set the trap that searches Eldritch, the Golden Lord. Okay, draw. Maxi. Couldn't be any worse. It could not possibly get any worse. You know, I'm actually just going to use Foolish Burial Goods here to get rid of a brick in my deck. Because if we draw into our one of... I forget what it's called, but the trap that searches Necro Valley, going to be looking really rough here, so we really don't want to draw into that. Let's just get it in the grave right now, even though we can't use its graveyard effect because of mistake here. Pass turn here. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Certainly they're going to use their trap here. They're not going to wait to their own turn. That would be counterintuitive. Yeah. So we're going to use Maxi for sure. Because we can't search, but we can draw. And against this deck, we won't be drawing a lot anyway. This is so unfortunate, dude. I can't showcase anything, bro. I can't show you shit. Oh, yo, shout out to the alternate artwork, though. At least that. He had the decency to play that, at least. But yeah, pretty cringe. Pretty cringe. Alright, so surely we'll get to play soon enough. Alright, yeah, that's fine. So they're gonna get... Man, this is getting to be a bit extra, a bit too much, to be honest. Oh, Forever is the worst one to get here. That's awful. That's atrocious. Golden Land Forever here is just evil, honestly. Alright, we'll take all the damage. We'll take all of it. Yep, take all the damage. This is just ridiculous. Okay. Let's see. What can we do about this? It depends on the draw here. Called by is terrible here. Well, actually it's not, because that trap requires them to tribute it, right? So they'll have to tribute their Eldritch. We can called by the Eldritch. Now I have to think if I want to bait it out with... Actually, I do want to do this. I want to do it this way for sure. So we're going to go Sapphire Pegasus. And then we're going to go Sapphire Pegasus effect. Right, on normal summon, do they have a response? If they have... Okay, no Conquistador sight yet. No Conquistador in sight yet. Activate the Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. So, let's see. They're all... Okay, this one is Winged Beast. So, technically, we could go Rainbow Dragon, get Cobalt. Because Chidori... Wait, is Chidori Winged Beast? No, it's Thunder. Oh, wow. So, we could actually play around this stuff here. Alright, so we're going to get a Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon here. Oh, why can't I use its effect? That's a little confused. Oh, because it also has to add to hand, and we can't do that because of mistake. Well, okay. So, we have failed at forcing out, so we're going to have to make them negate Crystal Conclave instead. Surely they're going to use their negate on Crystal Conclave. This is like the bread and butter of my deck here. So, surely they're going to attribute their Eldritch for this one. Okay. Well, that's good for us then. We're going to... use its effect. Then are they going to do it? Target Rainbow and definitely target Mistake here. We actually can play under There Can Only Be One. I'm not running it because I don't think it's based, but yeah, it's actually a pretty good card to run in this deck. They're not doing shit, so we're going to activate Rainbow Bridge in the graveyard here. And let's see if they want to start maybe negating our stuff. Okay. We're going to grab... Definitely... We have Zenith in hand already. Probably don't need 2 Zeniths. We're going to grab another copy of Sapphire Pegasus and a Necro Valley. Definitely. Okay, now we can go Crystal Bond. Man, we might actually be able to weasel our way out of this, depending on what they choose to negate here. So from deck to hand, we're going to add another copy of Sapphire Pegasus. And we're going to set to our back row here a copy of Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. So we're going to go for Crystal Beast Rainbow Zenith here. I just really want them to negate something, but like they're not even getting a chainable. I don't understand. Because as soon as we can get that Necro Valley to go off, like we're going to be looking kind of crazy. You know, I'm just going to activate it. Let's see. I'm confused. Oh, they still had it. Bruh. Bruh, I got played. I got played like a fiddle. Oh, Solemn Judgment. Damn. Damn, they are not messing around. They are not goofing around right now. Alright, pretty good, pretty good. So, we have a couple plays here. I think we're going to go to battle phase. Like, part of me wanted to do it like a Zeus play. But I think we're going to go to battle phase here. Trigger Zenith to special summon it. I'm confused why they have yet to use... Like, I guess they turned chaining off to psych me out or something. Like, surely they're going to use it here to pop the Zenith. Because that just makes too much sense, right? Now, thankfully, now that we have all these Rainbow Pegasus in our hand... Oh my god, this guy is just playing self-TK right now. Just playing self-TK right now. Okay, you know what? I think we're actually in a pretty good spot now. Alright, so let's beat over that. Pretty good. Then, obviously, we're not going to go crash into Eldritch for no reason here. But, we can force out that trap. They have no Eldritch traps in the grave. We can force out that trap with the Chidori. Yeah. So let's do that. go Chidori here. Gonna force out that trap with Chidori. On summon, it's gonna like send a face down card my opponent controls. And they can respond with their counter trap here to negate and destroy my Chidori. So they're definitely gonna do it. You see what I mean? This deck looks so bad, but look what I just played through. Look what I just played through. Tell me this deck isn't good. Oh yeah, it bounces to the deck also. Not, it actually bounces on top of the deck. Like, that's crazy. We can also stack. Yeah, let's detach actually, yeah, let's detach the Sapphire Pegasus, and we can put the there can only be one on top of the deck, or the Eldritch. I'm actually going to put the Eldritch in this case. Reason for that is if they draw it and they decide to use its effect, then we can Called by the Eldritch, right? So I'm going to set Called by the Grave, and we're going to pass turn. Guys, are you seeing this? This is what I'm saying. That it looks like nothing, but it's something. It is definitely something. The shit I just played through? That was not a joke. That was not a joke. Now they just draw into the Eldritch I stacked. And they're going to want to use the effect of Eldritch to discard. And we're going to Call by the Eldritch. I think we've got this game in the bag, really. Okay, Cursed Eldland is not bad. That's pretty good. So they can set up maybe the trap that searches Eldritch. That's going to be pretty annoying. Not like the end of the world or anything, but... They get a Huaquero. Okay, so Eldritch effect, discarding Eldritch as well as Huaquero. Oh, yeah. So that they can get the other trap later. Makes sense. Makes sense. So targeting. Yeah, no problem. Nice target, bro. Nice target. Get that Eldritch out of here. Get that Eldritch out of here, bruh. Yo, look at this. I'm just blown away by Crystal Beast, man. I'm blown away that it's doing well in Diamond. Like, I'm on a winning streak here. We're looking quite great here. Depending on what this is, I'm not feeling too bad about it. Yeah, this is fine. I don't know what this one is. That's Mistake. Oh. Okay. We win. We win the game. That was nothing. Okay, I thought that might have been a real card, but it's not. It's actually just Mistake. Your whole deck was a mistake, buddy. Your whole deck was a mistake, bro. We got it, bro. They're gonna scoop it up right here. You can attach the Cobalt Eagle. I thought I would have to put like a really interesting play out there, but nope, we got it. Yeah, I was like raging at the start. We crushed it. We absolutely crushed it. Let's go Sapphire Pegasus, see if they have a chainable of some kind in hand. I don't think so. Let's get Zenith back on our back row. Back in the back row. We can activate Bridge of the Heart to get another not another normal summon. Yes, an extra normal summon of a Crystal Beast, and they're going to scoop it up. I was BMing a little at the end there. I think I earned it playing through all that shit. But guys, we're about to rank up. We're about to rank up right here. There it goes. Diamond 4 with Crystal Beasts. Huge shout out Neshi. That's awesome. Let's go to the card by card. Wow. So there you have it, guys. Yeah, Crystal Beast. Diamond 4 now, they're just insane. They're incredible. I don't know what else to say. They seem so mid, and yet they achieve so much. I'm honestly blown away. I might try to take these guys as far as I can. I've been having a blast today with these cards. They're actually so fun to play. So for the card by card, we've got one copy of Maxi. This mostly just for the cross out. One copy of Ruby Carbuncle. One copy of Ash Blossom, also for the cross out. One copy of Crystal Beast Cobalt Eagle. 3 Sapphire Pegasus. 2 copies of Free Games. 2 copies of Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. This card is very important, of course, because it searches out your actual Rainbow Dragon, as well as special summons a Crystal Beast monster from the deck when you set it up with Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. This card is really important. It turns your Pegasus into a 1-card rank 4 or link 2. Basically, you'll normal summon the Pegasus, you'll get the Rainbow Zenith in your spell and trap zone, then you can use this card's effect to banish it and special summon a Cobalt Eagle or another copy of Pegasus from your deck to go into a rank 4. And it's also going to search your Rainbow Dragon, which turns on your Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates. So very, very, very important card here. This card really, really, really helps the deck shine. Amazing card. 1 copy of the worst card in the deck, Rainbow Dragon, 2 copies of Foolish Burial Goods, 3 copies of Rainbow Bridge, 2 copies of Crystal Bond, 1 copy of Pot of Prosperity, 1 Necro Valley, which we can search with our trap that we sent to the grave with the Foolish Burial Goods, 3 copies of Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. This is really the heart and soul of your deck, as Neshi says. It gives you an extra normal summon, so you can, this by the way, Sapphire Pegasus is not once per turn, so that extra normal summon you can use to basically trigger the Sapphire Pegasus twice. It also has a Dragonic Diagram effect where you can pop a crystal card you control or in your hand and add any crystal spell / trap from your deck to your hand. So this is a great way to search your Crystal Conclave if you need it, or a Crystal Miracle, which is like your go-to Omni Negate in the deck. Didn't really get to see it in the video, but yeah, very, very important card here. And if a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell and trap zone, even during the damage step, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, return both that card and this card to the hand. We've got 2 copies of Called by the Grave, 1 Crossout Designator, 3 copies of Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates. This is like, sometimes it's a break because you don't have access to your Rainbow Dragon, but really like the game plan of your deck, and you almost always should be able to get to this, is to get a Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon in your spell and trap zone so they can use its effect, special summon a monster from your deck, get the Rainbow Dragon to your hand so that you can trigger Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates. This card is absolutely incredible. One notable effect that I didn't really get to show off in this video because it just didn't come up is you can actually use one of its effects to special summon a Crystal Beast from your deck, hand, graveyard, whatever, and you can summon Carbuncle, and Carbuncle on special summon will trigger to special summon all your Crystal Beast monsters from your back row. So you can actually use Carbuncle to summon like 3 to 4 monsters sometimes. So yeah, really, really impressive when it pops off. It doesn't always happen, and honestly, you don't always need it. As you've seen from the games, like a lot of the time, this deck is very minimalistic, just doing a lot of small moves to gain advantage and kind of being smart at playing around what your opponent is trying to do. Like I said, this deck does kind of struggle going second, especially against decks that put up a lot of interruption, such as Sprite. Sometimes though, it does work out. Like I drew Imperm and Evenly Matched in a game, and I just, you know, Imperm the carrot to force it out, and then I went Evenly Matched, and I pretty much won that game single-handedly off of that. So sometimes, you know, you get lucky, but yeah, you definitely need your staples for that. So maybe you might want to run like some Dark Ruler No Mores, or maybe even some Kaijus. Actually, Kaijus are really, really good in this deck. You can Kaiju away your opponent's monster, use Crystal Conclave to bounce back your monster as well as your Kaiju on the other side, and it kind of works like a similar way to like a Kaiju Luna deck. So pretty cool. Crystal Miracle, like I said, is your Omni Negate, and this Rainbow Bridge of Salvation is your target to send to the grave with your Foolish Burial, so you can search a Necro Valley as well as any Crystal Beast that you need. For the extra deck, I'm running a Mud Dragon of the Swamp as well as a copy of Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. And is there a reason for me to run this? No, because I removed Super Poly, but I forgot to remove these cards. So whoop whoop, flex spots. You can put any rank 4 that you like in here, because I don't even know what I'm putting here. Like, I mean, I might want to put like a access code if that ever comes up, you know, like we have access to it. But yeah, I don't even know, man. There's just so many cards you can run in here, but you don't use your extra deck that much. I also think you could maybe run some Extrav, because we only have 1 Pot of Prosperity, so running Pot of Extravagance could be good, although there are some extra deck monsters that you really want access to, so I wouldn't really take that risk personally. We have 1 copy of Daigusto Emerald. This is like to shuffle 3 monsters from your grave into the deck and draw a card. This, I mean, I haven't summoned it once, but Neshi was running it, so I'm running it. Abyss Dweller, this won me games. Right now with the Ishizu format, this is a must play in my opinion. Against like Ishizu, that weird Ishizu runic deck that people are playing right now, this card is just, it single-handedly wins you the game. It's actually so incredible. 2 copies of Lightning Shidori. I've faced a lot of like stun decks and stuff like that, and stacking their floodgates after you go evenly matched so that they're just like stuck with like 1 or 2 cards that don't do anything against your deck, you can definitely run There Can Only Be One in the deck. Now, me personally, I'm not running it. Either way, I think like in a best of 1 format, it's probably better to run traps that you can use both going first and second, like evenly, and infinite impermanence. But there's definitely arguments to be made that you'll just get a bunch of free wins off of There Can Only Be One, since this deck plays under it very easily. So I leave that at your discretion. I'm not running it though. We've got the Zodiac Boarbow as well as Chakanine to go into Zeus. We've got a copy of Baguska. This card is really, really clutch in this deck. 1 copy of Dugares, 1 copy of IP Masquerena, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess, 1 copy of Access Code Talker, and an Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. And for my final card in the extra deck here, I'm trying to figure out what I want to throw in. I'm just going to throw in a Phoenix for now. Like, Nightmare Phoenix, you know, is good enough. Sometimes you might need that. You might need that sometimes. We'll throw that in there. But yeah, Really solid deck, honestly. Extremely impressed with it. I want to thank you guys for checking out the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We are trying to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. I don't even know what my goal is anymore. Either way, also huge shout out to my UCT tier members. That would be B-Dubs, Bongerman for 20, Dad Dude Joey, Hoodoo me, as well as Hit or Miss JT, and JQ the King. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the support. That's going to be it for me. I'm going to keep moving my head like this when I talk to make it seem more interesting visually. And peace.